Hey y'all, welcome back to Moments with Miss Amy. I am so glad you joined me. So today, obviously, I am at the pool and here lakeside, of course in Florida, there's not a lot of lakes that I would swim in because of the alligators. But what I'm doing today is I'm just jumping on. I know this looks a lot different. I know this isn't normally what you see with Moments with Miss Amy. I'm usually in the coach and got my little sign up there behind me, but today I got to share something with you. I got to explain to you that motivation is not what happens. Motivation to me doesn't drive me. I mean, motivation is great, because it's exciting, it's fun. Oh, we're so motivated to do this or that. But I'm going to tell you what, motivation is not what gets me up and out here at the pool. Now, mind you, today it is later. It's like, I don't know, 10:30 in the morning or something like that. I'm going to be honest, it's because I'm a wimp, okay? The other pool is under maintenance or whatever, and it's a lot warmer. This pool is colder. I am not up in this pool at 6 o'clock in the morning, okay? It's one thing to get myself up and out here, but another thing to get into a cold pool, not happening. But I can come at this hour because it's hot, it's humid, and I'm going to really appreciate that pool, especially after standing out here in my towel. But what I wanted to tell you guys is that waiting to get motivated is not going to get you where you want to go. You need to know where you want to go. You need to know what it is that you want out of your life, and then you need to go for it. And you need to be disciplined, and you need to be committed. And with that, what I'm talking about is making that decision and sticking with it, guys. No matter what anybody else says, no matter what anybody else thinks, no matter how you're feeling, no matter what's going on that day, if it's something that you've committed to yourself, you need to do it. And you just need to get up and do it. I don't feel like it every day. I'm going to tell you what, right now, I feel fine. I'm snotty-nosed and all that kind of stuff, so you might hear it as I'm talking. So I don't feel like super sick or anything, but I am fighting a summer cold. And that's not fun, but it's not stopping me from getting out here and going to the pool and getting the exercise that I know that I need. And the reason being is because I know what I want for my future. And my future is going to require me to be healthy. And so getting out and getting this activity is important for me. It also is a way that I de-stress. Again, another huge, huge help for my health and for my future. But I don't always have to want to go and do it. If you think about it, people are like, oh yeah, well, they're really motivated because, they're a baseball player or they're, going to the Olympics or they're this or that or whatever. I'm going to tell you what. It's not the motivation that gets them up out of bed every day and out there doing what they're doing. It's the drive and the commitment. It's the determination. It's the discipline. It's knowing that you have to push yourself to be better today than you were yesterday. And that tomorrow you got to get up and do it again. And even if it's just a 1% difference that you're changing, that you're improving each day, that 1% is what's going to push you so much further ahead and what's going to push you to where it is you want to be. So how do we go about being disciplined? How do we go about being committed? And what steps, what does that look like? So first of all, if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to know when you get there? And I think that's one of the things that frustrated me the most was actually taking the time to look at what is it that I want? Like, what does my future look like to me? What do I want to be doing? Where do I want to be? And how am I going to get there? It felt like it was a freaking waste of time. I mean, honestly, let's just be real. Y'all, I tell you the truth, right? And so just trying to even sit and think about it, write some stuff down, and really think about where it is that I wanted to go was hard. And I'm going to be honest, I've done it kind of like in phases of where I work at it, I write it down, I come up with some things. Like if you ask me totally what does my whole future, what is it I absolutely want with everything, I'm going to be honest, I really don't have a clear picture of all of it. But I know parts of it. And so there's a better chance that I'm going to achieve what all I want if I at least know parts of it. And so that's the thing for you. Maybe you can't sit down and be like, okay, this is what I want my life to look like, however many years from now, and this is what I want to do and whatever. I mean, maybe that's really hard. I know it is for me, okay? I don't have that kind of mindset. I'm not super, able to really narrow and just tweak it right down into this is what it's going to be, 5 years from now or whatever. But I can say, okay, I know that as my success character, I'm an online influencer. That's what I see. I'm online influencing you to be the best freaking you can be. That's what I do. That's what I love. That's my passion. That's what's important to me. And I was listening to Jeff Lerner's talk today, and he just really was inspiring me on making sure that it doesn't matter. Like, you know what it is you want for yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody else is saying. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it. As long as you focus on where it is you want to go, let them say what they want to say. Because you know what? It is your purpose, your passion, your message that needs to get out there. And so for me, my message is, you are worth it. You are worthy, and you are called to so much more. But if I'm not telling you that, who is? That's the thing. I have to tell you that. So now I'm telling you that I know that that's what I want to do. Well, that's going to require some things. That's going to require me being disciplined to get on here. That's going to require me being disciplined to keep my message out there, to get my branding out there, to be focused on what I'm saying, to make sure that my message is the same across all the platforms, across everything that I'm doing, so that you guys know, hey, Ms. Amy, yeah, she's the one. She's that one who says that I can do more. She's the one who says that I'm called to more. And that's who I am, and that is my message. And I'm going to help you get there, but it takes discipline. So I know that part of that discipline is learning more about what I'm doing online, learning how to get this message out there more. So does that mean that I'm just going to assume I can just make it all happen? No, I have to make that decision. Okay, so I'm investing in myself for schooling so that I learn what it is I'm doing. I'm doing Entre Institute. If you want to know more, send me a message. It is phenomenal, phenomenal. Best community, best place to be. So I'm learning from them how to not only market myself, not only learn how to, do different things on the computer, learn this technology, but also learn how some of the things that I'm doing can be improved upon. And I have to discipline myself to make those improvements. I just have to make that decision to do it because that is congruent. That is in line with who I am as my success character in the future, is because I'm taking these steps to do what I need to do to become that person. So you need to, in my opinion, you need to look at what is it you're going to do. I mean, for goodness sake, if you want to be a nurse, okay, that means you have to be disciplined to get your studies, get the grades, do the things you need to, get into nursing school, work your way up and do what it is you need to do, and you know the path that's there that you need to follow. So like whatever it is that your path is, whatever it is that you want to do, you need to know what that path is, and then you need to start the discipline steps that's going to take it. If you're working really hard to go through, say, like I said, nursing school, does that mean that you're like taking every weekend and taking off and running around and staying out all kinds of hours and not eating right and not sleeping right and, showing up to class late and all of this? No, that's not going to work. And you know that. So whatever it is that you're going for, what doesn't line up? Like if it's not lining up, kick it to the curb. You need to do what you need to do to get where you're going. And you need to know where it is you're going. So figure something out with that. Okay, you're young maybe, and you don't know for sure what it is you want to do when you grow up. Shoot, y'all, I'm 55. Oh, well, in February, I'll be 55. And I'm still exactly learning what, specifically it is that I want to do when I finish growing up here. But what I do know is that 5 years ago, you could have asked me, I'd have never known that I wanted to be on here doing YouTube and that I wanted to reach out on digital platforms to be able to help people be called to more. The only thing I knew at that point was I was super into personal development, super into leadership development, and I knew that I wanted to help people with that because I know that information changes lives. So I knew that much, but I didn't know this part because this is the next step. So at least take your first step. Figure out relatively what it is you want, relatively where it is you want to go, and then start taking the steps. Find out what it is you need to do to get there. And that means talk to somebody either who's there or who's on that journey as well, somebody who knows they can help you get that direction, and then get started on it. So that was talking about, like I said, the why. Where are you going to be? What is it that you want? The discipline. Like I said, you can't be out, taking your weekends or, the night before a big test and, hey, let's go to the midnight movies, You can't do those things, and you know that. That's discipline. That's what stops you when you have it in your mind that I can't do this. It doesn't mean you can't have fun. Catch an earlier showing, okay? Sometimes they got like the matinee prices anyways. Go for it. But you know what I mean? You know the things that you have to do to be able to take those steps to get where it is you want to go. The next thing is commitment. Yeah, that's a big word. And it's a scary word for a lot of people. And if that's a scary word for you, I want you to start investigating why. Why is commitment scary for you? Start diving into it, because you know what? You're worth it. You need to find out what it is that's holding you back from committing. Have you failed yourself before? Have you committed to something and not followed through? We all have, y'all. So guess what? Today's a new day. Start over. Start it again. Make sure your commitment isn't so huge, I'm going to get, in the pool and I'm going to swim 30 laps and I haven't been in the pool, and swam 1 lap. No, y'all, that's too much. Take it in bite-sized increments, but start giving yourself the victory of committing and doing something, because when you do that and you start getting those victories, you'll be able to commit to more and better and stronger, and that's what's going to get you where you want to go. So guys, I know it was a different message today, and I don't actually have a scripture to throw into it because this just came at me out here right now, but you know what? I can tell you, this will change your life if you start being disciplined and committed to whatever future it is that you're beginning to envision. Take those steps now. I believe in you. So do me a favor, drop me a like. All right. Obviously, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And shoot me a comment. I really want to know what you took away from today and if this spoke to you and where the areas are that you're having trouble with. I got an email in my About section. Shoot me an email, guys. If you need help, I do not mind at all. I can point you in some directions. I can help you out. Let's start changing your life. Let's start changing this world. And I want to thank you again for joining me for Moments with Miss Amy.